But the mobile phone, we have this thing called because we are using the Microsoft 365 thing. We have this thing called MDM, MDM, or what's the word the other using word by Microsoft. So we can actually manage the device in such that if the user is resigned from the company, we just have to do is once the account is removed, all the data at their own personal device will also get rid of it without, I mean, even user, they cannot do anything. We just remove, the system will take it off from their device.
Okay. So any risk associated?
Actually, not really, because why? How do you say it? The only, okay, so you see, the users that using bring their own device are more toward office job. The only thing that is actually more confidential is maybe the email. Okay, the email only. Okay. Like just how I mentioned, we are manufacturing. So we are making identity card. Like example, the passport, the IC, or maybe certain door access. Okay. Now, we need to inject the code we call perso. Perso means personalization. They call perso. They use the word perso. So personalization. So there's a data that if I inject into the card, that card will have way to identify as that authorized access. So whoever get hold of this perso is the risk. But this one is only happen in manufacturing side, not in the user side. So the user is only like the usual words, Excel, PowerPoints, and email. So there's not really a user data kind of risk in this area.
Let's say like the what's called the company's data is there a risk associated?
The risk is more towards is like, okay, we okay, you talk about that one. We have two types of the risk. One is actually we call it what? They call DLP, data leak and the data loss. Actually, we have two terms. All right, DLP. But DLP come with two sides. Data loss means you gone. The data just gone. I mean, the data just your hard disk corrupted, there's nothing you can get back. They call data loss. The other one is called data leak. Leak means somebody get hold of your data. Okay, so there's two different things. Now, in the data leak, also we have two classification. One is legitimate. They use the word legitimate leak. They mean I hire a person and you're supposed to doing this job and you have access to certain data, but you are the one that who give out the data to somebody else. So those are the one that I will use the word difficult to trace, difficult to tough, because why? You authorize to access to the folder, you can see the data, but then yet you are the one who actually leak the data. Okay. Now those we only can do is all action have a logs, but I cannot detect. I have no way to detect because you're authorized to access the file. That means when you access, it's non-success. Okay, but there's nothing I can do. But when it's unauthorized, then it's a simple thing. When it's unauthorized, so either you success or you fail only. So that means in this case, if the user attempt to access certain folder, and the system will give the warning to us. That means when we have the log analysis, we'll find out this Mr. Who have 10,000 access to this folder failure. Then automatically you will jump in the top 20 lah.
Oh, okay.
Then I will call you lah. But when you are accessing to your file with your own authorization, I cannot say you are wrong because you are doing your job. But I would not know whether you do it really or you do it. You copy the file and give it to somebody else. But the log will tell. I mean, eventually, if somebody report and suspect happen, the log will tell that you are actually accessing this file, what you have done to the file. But that will be another story. I mean, in terms of the forensic side.
All right. Thank you. Now I would like my friend Daniel to give his questions.
Okay, thank you. So good evening, sir. My name is Daniel. You can just call me Daniel. So for my question is, what regulatory or legal risks are most relevant to iris IT operations?
Okay, last time we did, I would say maybe 5 years or 6 years ago, we do some credit card business. So those are the they call PCI's standard, or we use the word EMV. EMV stands for Euro Master Visa standard that we require regulatory. And it have the Bank Negara's, I mean, we are under, by then we need to follow Bank Negara rulings. Okay, but we have stopped that business, I will say 5 or 6 years ago before MCO. And now we are no longer do this credit card business, but we still do identity card business. But we did not have the personal data anymore. That means we do not actually inject the personal data. We just merely make a card. So our card are more toward the card security. I mean, example, our national IC, we have 10 security inside it. We have the rainbow UV light certain they call it offset printing kind of thing. So those are the things inside there. So we are more towards security printing. That means you cannot just use a printer and print it. Basically, it's a special machine to print it only. So we no more have the personal data related law that we need to obey.
Okay, understand. So, sir, for my second question is, has Iris faced any past complaint issue related to IT system or data?
Sorry, your question one more time?
Has Iris company faced any past complaint issue related to IT system or data?
That question doesn't trigger me any problem, but my answer is no. We don't have any issue and problem on that.
Okay, sir. So next, how does Iris accept risk before adopting new technologies like AI, machine learning, or IoT?
Yeah, okay. Actually, we've been going through the AIs for some time. But recently we actually get the developer to look into the AI part, but the AI part, you say AI got two systems, open and closed system. So now the bosses is actually trying to, I think most likely we are trying to study how to venture into AI, but using closed system. That means we own the hardware and the logic inside there. Because the open system is too risky for the bosses. They think along the way is that once we train the AI for the open system, the same knowledge will be able to so-called copy by the AI to another person. So maybe other person were able to trick the AI to give up our secret. So the answer is no. So we were most likely using our in-house closed system because a lot of time we say, what's the word? IP. IP stands for what? Intellectual property. That means our know-how. Those are the things that what make Iris difference. So I mean, we had to get hold of our intellectual property. So yes, we are look into the AI, but we are still exploring. But my point of view is most likely we will use closed system.
Okay, understand, sir. So next, is there a formal review or testing environment for piloting high-risk technology?
When you use the word high risk, I don't understand. What does a high risk mean?
High risk mean high risk. How to explain that, guys?
Actually, for me, how to use the word high risk?
So it's classified as the most pay attention to,
Oh, okay.
the
You see,
risk you have to
like
pay.
like example, we have this thing called Abyss. Like we have this thing, but okay, Abyss is not our technology, but Abyss is third-party technology. So, but it's required in our industry. So, just now I mentioned that we make IC and passport. So one of them is the passport software. We developed the software for the immigrant. So the immigrant will use our application to identify your go through whether you can pass the immigrant or not. So one of the process is actually they call something like Abyss. Abyss means when I see your face, I scan your password in the system. The software will go into the Abyss backend to check whether you are blacklisted or Interpol red flag that you need to be arrested. Example, this kind of thing. So those are the high risk thing. So yes, so we do have the developer people to work on this one. Obviously, there's only like the people who authorized to use only can use. I mean, it's not like everybody can use. So I will use that as an answer to you, is that those high risk thing. So we do have the user, but it must be authorized, only can access.
Okay, understand, sir. So next, like, how does Iris classify data based on sensitivity or business criticality?
Oh, yeah, this one also part of our requirement. Yes, we have the data classification. If I'm not mistaken, we have, I think we have 4 type. We have secret, we have confidential, we have normal, and we have public. We have 4 type of data. So all this data, maybe the data that we created at the time have to start classified already. The moment when we create the file, we have to say that it's a secret, confidential, normal means there's nothing chopped, and public. So yes, we have 4 type of the data in terms of their classification.
Okay, understand, sir. So that's all for my part. I will pass it to my group mate, Taiwan.
All right, good evening, sir. My name is Kaiwan. So my first question is, what risks have been identified related to unstructured or mismanaged data?
Oh, unstructured, wow, okay. You see, we have unstructured data. In this case, our unstructured data is Office, Microsoft Office data. So those are unstructured data. Obviously, structured data is our database, which is mostly used by my production. Okay, so the production are mostly structured. Unstructured one, okay, we do have something not so sophisticated, but basic guideline. Because part of that is required. Example, we are using Microsoft 365. So we have this data category that we put in for the Microsoft Office. In this case, I refer to Word, Excel, PowerPoint, this kind of thing, or an email. So we do inside there have specified so that the system will highlight how many they call what credit card numbers is inside the transaction or emails, who actually have contained all these things. The system will generate a report to us. Okay, so we are actually, for the unstructured, we're using Microsoft 365 to do the job. Okay, but more towards credit card only. Actually, right now, if I understand, so we only taking very important part is actually the credit card only. Because last time we do the business with credit card, so it became sensitive for us. So phone number, all these things, sometimes phone number cannot pakai, because sometimes when people send to email, the signature also come with the phone number. So his phone number is everywhere. So it doesn't mean meaningless for us to identify those. Yes, so we only capture the credit card number only.
Okay, all right. Next question is, how does Iris access the cybersecurity posture of third-party software or cloud providers?
Actually, we are still okay. The only cloud software that we use is actually Microsoft 365. Okay, but that is due to the MCO era time now. The COVID time. So everybody work from home. So before that, we don't have cloud 365. So we use 365 mostly due to the COVID MCO. And we continue use. Why? Because we thought